Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us today in our session on Publishing with Confidence, AI's impact on research integrity. And today we will begin our session just talking about a few things covering AI and how your institution can publish with confidence. If you happen to have faculty in administration who are unable to join us today, we will provide you all with a copy of the slide deck as well as a few resources and a recording within 24 hours after our session today. I am Catherine Walker, Solutions Engineer here at Turnitin. I have been at the organization for over 3 years now, and in my role, I partner with institutions globally to provide strategic solutions when it comes to adopting and utilizing our Turnitin products. To some capacity, I have always found myself in roles where I am an advocate, whether that was advocating for patient care or a child's right to be literate. This is a full circle moment for me as I began using Turnitin when I was 12 years old. And to be here over 15 years later to discuss how your institution can publish with confidence is really awesome. Now, enough about me. We are also joined today by a fellow senior solutions engineer, Jason Gibson. He has been at the organization for over 10 years, and he will work to provide responses to you should you have any that arise during our session today, because a Q&A box is available for you. So before we get started, I wanted to provide a few ways for you to participate effectively during our session today. For starters, feel free to use the chat to introduce yourself and interact with other participants, but there is also a dedicated QA box available for you to drop in any questions that may arise during our time today. And lastly, to ensure we are able to cover all the content, we do have participants muted throughout the session, but then again, we have that Q&A box available for you. Today, we're going to explore the evolving role of artificial intelligence in research and its broader impact on the sector. We'll examine how researchers are leveraging AI, the challenges and opportunities it presents, and strategies to uphold academic integrity in an AI-driven landscape. The session will conclude with practical resources to support you and the institution in navigating this transformation. So let's get started. As we navigate the evolving landscape of higher education, we recognize that artificial intelligence and media influence are shaping the way research is conducted, evaluated, and preserved. We are not oblivious to the opportunities and challenges AI presents. Its ability to enhance academic discovery, streamline processes, and improve accessibility are a few things that AI can offer. However, it also raises concerns about misinformation, authorship, and integrity. ChatGPT was launched over 2 years ago, providing mainstream accessibility to AI writing applications. This new technology brought about new concerns and opportunities with a great impact on how we do things. Like any breakthrough, such as the internet, reactions were polarized, and we all saw these dramatic headlines. And naturally, the research sector felt the impact of this innovative technology as well. Soon, discussions began to focus on research originality with generative AI. The big question now is, what are benefits of generative AI? What are drawbacks? And how does this impact our institution's research workflow? It is no surprise that educators and academic leaders have stated that their number one issue is knowing how to nurture and protect academic integrity in the age of AI. And more importantly, knowing what AI tools are available to aid in the training and the sharpening of their expertise. We understand that nurturing a positive culture around the value of original work sustains and supports academic integrity, which is why it is the single biggest challenge today. Our goal today is to explore how AI is transforming the research landscape and what institutions can do to uphold that integrity. This is not just a conversation about technology, it's about the future of scholarly work and maintaining credibility in this AI-driven world. So let's start with a quick poll to gauge how your institution is feeling about AI. How concerned are you? Are you very concerned, somewhat concerned, not concerned at all? We will allow a few moments for you all to answer. I see that some of you answered very concerned and somewhat concerned, and for others, not as much. I hope that one day we're able to be as cool and calm, as collected as you are. But for those of us who are concerned about AI's impact, are essentially concerned about the future of scholarly work and maintaining the credibility in an AI-driven world, and those concerns are valid. Because if we take a look at the survey released in 2024 by Oxford University Press, we are able to see what the usage of generative AI looks like among researchers, and the numbers speak to some interesting data points. First, we see that 76% of researchers report using some form of AI tools in their research at present, such as machine translation, chatbot tools, followed by AI-powered search engines, or research tools in general. Now, this is not shown on the slide, but if you take a look at the study that you will have access to when you receive this recording and slide deck, 46% of the researchers report that the institution they work at has no AI policy, and 25% of the cohort believes that AI reduces the need for critical thinking. Based on these numbers, I believe we can get a pretty good idea for the scale of the impact of AI in research, as well as understanding how researchers are using this new technology. And here at Turnitin, we are aware of these data points, and we see that increased usage and adoption across all groups reiterates that generative AI is here to stay. Over time, we began to see that technology and the internet made it easier for other types of misconduct, such as collusion, contract cheating, essay mills, and AI paraphrasing. As these methods continue to become more and more sophisticated, it's no longer enough to just check for text similarity. It requires ongoing efforts to build a culture of integrity that supports authentic learning outcomes and empowers researchers to excel through original work. Since launching our AI writing detection tools in 2023, we have reviewed over 329 million papers. And of that 329 million, 12.6 million were flagged as having at least 80% AI writing present, whereas 46 million were flagged as having over 20% AI writing present. So you know what this tells us? That students continue to lead adoption while educators are still trying to play catch up. And if our professional goal is to advance the body of knowledge in our field, then several questions related to ethical authorship, all the way to AI generated content, can have the ability to keep us up at night. Is their research unique and original? Does it meaningfully expand the existing body of literature? Has it been conducted ethically using accepted methods? And more importantly, how do we support answering these questions and maintaining integrity in this age? Change is constant in education, but we've never seen anything like the technological advances of the last few years. So I have another question for you. What is your biggest concern about AI and research? Is it the AI plagiarism? Is it fabricated data, ethical authorship, misinformation, or credibility? We're going to allow for a few more moments for you to answer that poll question that popped up on your screen. Now, on my end, I'm seeing that many of you mentioned that AI plagiarism, fabricated data, and misinformation are one of your top concerns. So now that we see your top concerns about AI and research, let's dive deeper into how an institution can maintain integrity and what we can do to support them. Maintaining integrity in the age of AI requires a proactive approach that balances innovation with responsibility. So, how can one possibly maintain integrity? For one, there's going to be a transparent usage of AI. Why? Because this is going to require researchers to disclose when and how AI tools were used to generate or analyze content. Next, the clear introduction of authorship policies that should define the role of AI in scholarly work. This will ensure that human contribution remains at the forefront. Then we have the strengthening of peer review processes. This can help detect AI generated inconsistencies and uphold research credibility. And lastly, maintaining integrity means leveraging AI detection and integrity technologies that enable an institution to identify misuse, reinforcing that trust in academic work. By embracing these strategies, we can safeguard research integrity while harnessing AI's potential responsibly. Our research integrity solution, iThenticate, empowers researchers to publish with confidence by ensuring their work meets the highest standards of originality and credibility. By detecting potential AI-generated content and maintaining transparency in authorship, our tool helps to prevent rejections and safeguards against reputational risk for both the individual and the institution. iThenticate has a content database that includes over 97% top scholarly publications. Solutions that ensure documents are free from plagiarism and AI written text, as well as workflows that allow for collaboration with co-authors. So, how can your institution publish with confidence? As I mentioned earlier, technology can be a powerful ally in maintaining research integrity. And with Authenticate, the researcher in the institution can be set up for success through the following three key pillars. One, we are going to protect the reputation of the institution and researchers by ensuring their content is free from potential misconduct. Next, we are connecting researchers to publishers because we are providing researchers access to the same tools used by top publication outlets worldwide. This ensures their work aligns with the standards of leading publishers, improving their chances of acceptance. And lastly, Authenticate provides scalable evaluation because we are able to evaluate documents systematically and at scale with our advanced tools for plagiarism detection, AI writing, and paraphrasing checks. These key pillars speak directly to how we are able to meet the unique needs of high-stakes scholarly publishing. Now, let's take a moment to explore researchers and publishers' most common use cases when it comes to using Authenticate. For researchers, they commonly use Authenticate before submitting journals, as well as checking for originality throughout their writing process. For publishers, Authenticate is used to check for misconduct early in the writing process, and it's also used as a filter. And what gives these researchers and publishers this content confidence? It is because of Turnitin's content database, and it includes 47 billion web pages, 190 million published works, and 2 billion student papers. So I think it's safe to say that we have content covered on our end. But don't just take our word for it. E. Keisel from the University Corporation of Atmospheric Research in the U.S. thinks this of Authenticate, that Authenticate has provided the kind of safety net that his institution was looking for. As I mentioned earlier, we were going to provide you all with a number of resources to set your institution up for success. When you have a moment and you get this slide deck, feel free to go over the blog posts, the ebooks, the infographics, and one of my favorite is the guides. The guides will allow you to have some information on how to incorporate AI into your workflow and having conversations with researchers and the institution as a whole, and what it looks like to embed it into your curriculum. And as AI continues to reshape the research and publishing landscape, maintaining integrity isn't just a challenge, it is now an opportunity. By embracing transparency, strengthening peer review, and leveraging AI detection tools, Authenticate can uphold the highest standards of credibility and trust. The question now is, how will your institution rise to this opportunity? Now, please let us know if you would like more information on our conversation today about Authenticate and the aiding of AI integrity. And we also have our last poll for you today. Would you like more information? If so, we can connect with you within the next few business days to provide you some more insight. Perfect. I'll give you all a few more seconds to answer this poll. Perfect. For those of you who mentioned that you would like more information on our conversation today, we'll be connected with you soon. We thank you for taking time out of your schedule to connect with us, and we hope to hear and partner with you in the future. Thank you.